Live from Penn State's campus, this is Nittany Talk. I'm Jay Sobardo, and in today's episode, we're going to discuss our must-haves at Penn State, talk with the clothing designer Ayub Saeed, and take you inside the Penn State Berkey Creamery. Now, let's get to talking. Welcome back to Nittany Talk. My co-hosts Courtney Green, Paloma Front, Sadie Protzi, and I will be discussing Penn State must-haves. So Paloma, what do you think is the most beneficial thing to have at Penn State?
I think personally, especially living off campus, an Uber account is a must-have. You know, there's so many times when, you get out of clubs late or you're leaving a party late, and it's not that the campus isn't the safest, but I do think that rather than walking alone, sometimes it is better to, get in a safe Uber. And, it's funny because Ubers can actually, you can share your ride with somebody and they can, track you along the way. So I do think it's relatively safe. So I would recommend to every person coming here
Now,
to get an
because
account.
we're college students and we're always looking at money, do you think Uber's the better option or Lyft?
See, sometimes they're, very close to one another, but Lyft does tend to be cheaper. I think that the problem is Lyfts take longer to come and pick you up. There's less of them.
I think Uber's more readily available in
It
comparison
is.
to Lyft.
So that's why I think people rather pay the extra $2 or $1 to get the quicker pickup rather than wait 10 minutes for a Lyft to come.
Exactly. How about you, Sadie?
Yeah, so I have heated blanket because no one really thinks about after football games, once it hits second week of October, it's freezing here. It's automatically snowing right away. And I know Michigan game, it started snowing out of nowhere. It was the first snow and no one was prepared, and my heated blanket was my lifesaver. And then tea and honey. You'll get sick out of nowhere when you first come here. So having some tea and honey right before you go to bed is a lifesaver.
Yeah. What about you, Courtney?
I agree with the tea and honey one. Oh my gosh, by far. I literally just bought a new little honey bear at McClanahan's downtown.
Yes.
And to go off the Uber idea, we at Penn State also have Nomad. Have you guys seen that?
I saw that yesterday. First time I saw
Nomad?
one. Yep.
Yeah,
I've
there's
never
this
heard of it.
new service. I think a student started it or something. And the rides are $3 and the pay goes straight to the driver. I think 50 cents or something goes to the actual company itself. But yeah, it's much cheaper. That's what me and my friends have been using to get around, at least later at night. But I live in a dorm. I live on my sorority floor. The thing that I totally didn't even think of until the middle of the year was the it's so silly, but the drawers that you could slide under your bed just for sufficient kind of packing. When I have to get rid of all my winter clothes and stuff, it's easy to pull them out and push them back in and keeps everything super organized. So I totally recommend that students get that.
Especially because in the renovated dorms, the beds are higher.
Yeah.
So you can buy one of those stackable ones. I had one, and it was
That's what I had.
3-4 drawers. And you can fit a lot of stuff in there, and you can fit 2 of them under your bed.
And then you never really lose track of where you put stuff in your IKEA bags or anything.
It's all of your winter clothes you stop using. One of my other things I was going to say is my parka. I use my parka every single day of the winter here. It is a part of me, my emotional attachment. I love it so much. But it's then winter ends and my apartment's super small. You don't have anywhere to put it. So I do have one of those things under my bed. I stuff it in there and I don't see it until I move out.
Love it.
So that's perfect.
Exactly. And anything Sherpa lined, I have one of the Jerpa hoodies. That is so warm.
Yes.
I have a shacket. Do you know what a shacket
Yes,
is?
I love my jackets.
Yeah, I just got one for my birthday. And my birthday was in February, so that's kind of the tail end of when it's really cold. But I still used it.
They're worth it.
I
I
used
see
it
them
this week.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
They sell them at the stores downtown too. It's very Penn Statey. We live in the middle of the valley. It's cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a comfy, and I love my comfy.
Oh
I'll
my
literally
God,
I'll wear it
yeah.
to the market. I don't care. It is so warm. It's perfect.
Now, another thing I want to get to is some advice, especially for freshmen, because I know as a freshman coming to Penn State,
It's a big school.
I didn't know many people,
Yeah.
And the one thing I wanted was to get out of the bubble of where I'm from and just put myself out there. So what advice would you guys give to those people?
I would definitely say go to everything. At one point, Brianna Chicken Fry from the BFFs podcast came here for like a meet and greet, and all my friends dropped, so I wasn't really gonna go. But last minute, I told myself, I was like, I just need to show up. Maybe I can meet her. And I was the last person in line that got to meet her and take a picture and talk to her. She was so nice. It was awesome, and I feel like it's an experience that you'd really only get at Penn State.
Yeah.
Like, who else goes to a college campus? Like, they want to come here and see you, so it's awesome.
And I think it can be intimidating, the first time. It's like, oh, I'm going to go somewhere alone.
Yeah.
But then you realize it's really not that bad. And there's plenty of people there that are having the same experience as you.
The thing that people told me that went here before me, people don't care in the sense that
Not at all.
you can go up and talk to someone and they're not going to look at you like you have 10 heads. Now, before coming to college, I would have never done that. But that's how I met some of my best friends, and I was surprised by how close I got with these people.
Yes.
Like, I'm closer with people that I've known for a year and a half than
Yes.
people I've known for 10 years at home.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
very
Speaking of
true.
like weird experiences, like meeting friends, I've met some of my closest friends. Like they're like, "Oh, you want to go to a soccer game?" And it was like this one person. I got nervous, but and then I like end up going, and I was like, "All right." Like, and I met like 5 friends through that. So I would say like definitely don't be afraid to go places alone. Like you'll find so many great opportunities.
Yes, and join everything that you can.
Yes.
Absolutely, and check your emails.
Yes.
Yes, check the emails. Don't let them pile up.
All right. Well, that concludes our discussion for today. Stay tuned for our interview with the owner of Millionaire Methods.
I'm Jaden Stewart, and today we have Ayub Saeed on set. He's the owner of a student-run clothing brand called Millionaire Methods. Ayub is a fourth-year student majoring in economics and minoring in entrepreneurship. Today, we will hear more about who Ayub is and what motivated him to start his business. Thanks for coming, Ayub.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so our first question is, so tell me about yourself and what Millionaire Methods is.
Okay. So again, my name is Ayub Saeed. I'm an entrepreneur and CEO of Millionaire Methods, and Millionaire Methods is a brand that promotes and influences entrepreneurship, ownership, just being your own boss, doing your own thing.
Okay, that's awesome.
Thanks.
So when it comes to developing your designs, is that something you do independently or do you have a creative team?
Okay, so for the most part, a majority of the things that I do are independent, but my designs, I think of them, and I reach out and I outsource the actual creation of the design through graphic designers and things of that nature.
Okay, that's awesome. So I noticed in one of your newest releases, you have a mugshot of yourself. So why did you choose to include that image in your design, and what kind of feedback did you get from your customers?
Oh, so the mugshot design came about from an actual mugshot. It's a long story behind that incident, but happened here at Penn State in my freshman year, and that mugshot design was kind of like a play on it. When people see mugshots, they think of negative things, which for the most case they are. But I tried to spin it into a positive. The mugshot design you see is my mugshot in a silhouette, but behind it are very empowering and powerful words. And it's the story behind where my brand was started. The reason I started Millionaire Methods was because I seen my mugshot, and it kind of threw me off course in the college route. I kind of thought like, okay, I have a mugshot, I might have a record, and most businesses won't appreciate what I have to bring to the table. So Millionaire Methods was started on the thought of, okay, if nobody's going to accept who I am, what I am, they're not going to see my worth. I'll bring about something that'll nobody can tell me I'm not good enough to be a part of. So that's the story behind Millionaire Methods. That mugshot kind of just embodies everything this brand is about.
So what kind of words are behind the image?
So like adversity, perseverance, hard work, grit, a whole lot of like just empowering words. I can't think of all of them, but that's you get the gist of it.
Yeah, that's really profound. Okay, so as far as your logo, you have a very interesting logo. How did you develop that?
Honestly, the logo, I just closed my eyes and like the logo just came to me. Like everything about that business and how it was created, I kind of just feel as though it's something divine. It's just something that just came to me through my intuition, just something above me, I feel like. So one day I was just thinking about how I can bring about more money into my pocket. I was thinking about other streams of income. So I looked at photography, and I decided to start a clothing brand. And the funny thing is, when I first started Millionaire Methods, I didn't like the name, so I decided
Really?
to scratch it. And then after I couldn't think of nothing else, I just decided to stick with it. And when it came to just coming with the logo, I just thought of the world, thought of like money rules the world, kind of in a sense. And that $ came about behind it, and the ribbon just came about. I couldn't tell you exactly why I thought of it that way, but I just did.
Okay. And I noticed that your logo is spread all over campus, and it's not just on campus. It's in New York, California, Egypt, Spain.
Recently. Yeah.
So how did you get your logo in all of those places, and why is it important to you to spread your logo around the world?
So my logo is just spread everywhere because that's my kind of form of like networking, and it's just the basis of entrepreneurship. Like I'm getting it out there. It's people that I meet randomly, and I talk to them, and I try to present my brand, and they already have an understanding, or they say, oh, I've seen this on campus already. So it just makes it that much more easier to connect with people. And I just like to put it everywhere because you never know who might see it one day. I give it to all my friends wherever they go, whatever countries they go to, whatever cities they go to, they put them up. So yeah, that's how I go about it.
Okay. And I saw your designs at the NABA fashion show last week. So what was it like seeing your designs on that stage, and how did you make that connection?
It was amazing, honestly. That was the first fashion show I ever attended, and the fact that I had my clothing walk on stage was dope. That connection came through Alsberta. Shout out to Alsberta. I think she's the vice president of the NABA Association, and she just reached out to me. She told me that she liked my clothing brand, she liked what it stood for, and she wanted to get some clothing put up on the show.
Oh, nice. Okay, and I'm sure that was a very surreal moment for you.
Yes.
Okay, like, would you want to do another fashion show in the future? Would you want to put on your own, or?
I would like to have my own fashion show in the future. I wouldn't say that it's something that I would like to continuously do because I like to have like a kind of a air of exclusivity around my business and my brand. The next fashion show that I'll probably have my clothing walk on will probably be something that I host myself.
Okay, cool. All right, and my next question for you is a question that you often ask viewers in your own podcast that you have on campus. What is your millionaire method? So
my millionaire method, that's a question that I haven't put much thought to myself because I'm also always asking people that question. But I would say my main millionaire method at the current moment would be just networking, getting out there, meeting as many people as you can, and not just networking for the sole purpose of networking, but actually become a person of value to the people that you meet. Through networking, I met you, and I got to get to this place right here in this interview. Through networking, I met people that have blessed me through experiences and just connections that have been valuable to me. So my millionaire method for right now is networking, I would say.
Okay, and lastly, what is your advice for someone trying to develop their own millionaire method?
For someone to develop their own millionaire method, I just say just be true to you. Just make sure it's something that you truly believe in, something that you truly stick to. Some people are introverts, so networking wouldn't be their millionaire method, but something else might be their millionaire method. So just stick to it. Stick to what comes natural to you, and that'll take you far along in life.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much, Ayub, for coming on the set of Nittany Talk. For viewers on campus interested in purchasing an item from Millionaire Methods, please visit millionairemethodsworldwide.com, and don't forget to develop your own millionaire method. For Nittany Talk, I'm Jaden Stewart.
Welcome back to Nittany Talk. I'm Jason Bardo. Whether you are on a college tour of Penn State or in the mood for a sweet treat, the first thing that comes to Penn Staters' minds is Berkey Creamery ice cream. The creamery has many flavors that everyone knows and loves, but which flavor is the best? Let's go to Lucas Hydock and Caroline Diaz in this segment of the Ice Cream Creamery debate.
The Berkey Creamery has served Penn State students for over 150 years. Their quality is unmatched against all competition, even products served on a national level. If you live in State College, chances are you've probably tried at least a few different flavors.
For centuries, some of the greatest questions have plagued the minds of many. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Do humans really have free will? What is the best ice cream flavor at the creamery?
Today, Lucas and I are going to debate over which flavor is best, and then we're going to try each other's favorite and see who's right.
There are so many different ice cream flavors to try here at the Creamery, and it's really difficult to come to your own conclusion of what the best ice cream flavor is. We're going to go ask around before we decide what our favorite flavor is. Come on, let's go. So what's your favorite Creamery ice cream flavor?
This is the only one I've had, but it's banana and it's delicious.
What's your favorite Creamery flavor?
Peanut butter cup.
Ooh, peanut butter cup. Gotta love that. How about you?
Different flavors, but I tried Scholar's Chip today.
Scholar's Chip. The verdict's delicious?
Yes, absolutely.
What do you think your favorite flavor is?
This is actually my first time. This is Death by Chocolate. I really recommend.
Really? Are you a big chocolate person?
Yes, and I get this flavor like everywhere at the beach, and like it never really compared to this moment, so it was really good.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
So Lucas and I have talked to a bunch of Penn State students about what's their favorite flavor, and there was kind of some mixed responses. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I honestly don't think there is really an answer. Maybe we can decide what the best flavor is. So, Caroline, what's your favorite Creamery flavor?
Okay, that's a really hard question, but I have to say it's the grilled stickies. So the grilled stickies is just some vanilla ice cream with the grilled stickies mixed into it. Great amount of cinnamon, sugar, frosting type thing. Very delicious. I love it. What do you think? What's your favorite?
My favorite, it was originally actually the Apple Cobbler Crunch. Now, that's a seasonal variant. They don't really sell that right now, but it really fits with the time of year, honestly. It reminds me of Thanksgiving. They have this, they have a variety of texture in it. There's like this crunchness to it. Obviously, it's in the title. They have these pieces of like kind of cookie or pie in it. And when we think of sweet flavors, usually we think sugary, birthday cake, chocolate marshmallow, but honestly, this one had a bit more subtlety to it. It had a bit more of a fruity flavor to it, obviously, with the apples, but the caramel definitely was the icing on the cake, if you will. It definitely made it pop out. Now, recently, there is one flavor that has kind of trumped the Apple Cobbler Crunch, and that is the raspberry fudge torte flavor. Have you ever had that?
I have not, but once you said that, I knew that I'm going to run inside and try that as soon as we're done here. I love that the dark chocolate is being embraced more than the milk chocolate. Fun fact, dark chocolate's actually pretty good for you. So in a way, we're eating healthy while we're here. So yeah, that sounds like something I'd love to check out. So what are you thinking? What else?
I mean, I think we should go try them. I'd love to try the grilled sticky flavor. I think you should try the raspberry fudge torte flavor. Let's go check it out.
All right, so Lucas and I have our flavors today. Lucas, which flavor do you have?
Well, I went to get the grilled sticky flavor, but apparently it's so popular they're sold out of it. So instead, I got the bold and controversial pick of whiteout. What about you? What did you get?
So I got lucky, and I'm trying the raspberry fudge torte. He says that I'm going to probably like it better than the grilled stickies, so I'm going to try it, and let's find out. Are we ready? Okay. That is incredible. That's actually incredible, I have to say. Probably going to take the #1 spot.
Really?
Yeah. I love it. I love the raspberry flavor is perfect. It's not too sweet. Nothing in here is too sweet. It's perfectly balanced. Ooh, let's try this.
Bottoms up. Okay. I didn't think it would be possible to have something as warm and buttery as popcorn be cold. Somehow they did it. They got a vanilla base and they blended it with some kind of maybe it's butter. It tastes like movie butter in a way. This flavor, would I recommend it? I think if you're bold and ambitious, I recommend it. If you love popcorn, I think this is something you might respect because it really is accurate to its flavor. It's still not my favorite. I think we can come to the conclusion that this is the best.
I can definitely agree. This is something I will be having again. I don't know if I were Lucas, I probably would not order that again. I gotta say, it's good that the vanilla saves it. When I heard popcorn, I was like, what could you possibly put in ice cream to make it taste both good and like popcorn? So it's interesting that it has that creamy consistency to it. You can really tell. I mean, was that something you enjoyed, would you say?
Fairly enough. This place can't do any wrong. I mean, even if I don't love it, there's still good quality to it, and I have to respect the boldness of it. I definitely do. And hey, you know, if your favorite flavor is neither whiteout nor raspberry fudge tort, that's okay. There are so many different flavors that are here at the Creamery. That's why I love going here. I mean, every time I come here, I get practically a different flavor. Like, I wasn't even expecting to get this today, honestly. I didn't wake up and say, oh, I'll try some popcorn flavored ice cream. But yeah, definitely give it a try. Explore different options. Who knows? You might end up finding a flavor you might like that you never have known of. For Nittany Talk, I'm Lucas Hydock.
And I'm Caroline Diaz.
On that delicious note, that wraps up all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching our show. For Nittany Talk, I'm Jaso Bardo, and we'll see you next time.